and welcome to Jesus Christ Prison Ministry and another video Bible study. Our topic, Proverbs chapter 30. The sayings of Agur, son of Jacob, an oracle. This man declared to Ithiel and to Ucal, I am the most ignorant of men. I do not have a man's understanding. I have not learned wisdom, nor have I knowledge of the Holy One. Who has gone up to heaven and come down? Who has gathered up the wind in the hollow of his hands? Who has wrapped up the waters in his cloak? Who has established all the ends of the earth? What is his name and the name of his son? Tell me if you know. We are human. It doesn't matter how much praise the world puts on you. In the eyes of God, we are the most ignorant of all species. We are basically stupid. Why? Because we are filled with arrogance and pride. We think we know it all. We don't think we need to be taught by anybody. We shut our ears to instruction and learning. That's not wisdom. As we will find out as we continue reading in chapter 30, Agur is comparing men who are ignorant and stupid with critters, animals, insects, who do their duty, who do what's right. It's an amazing comparison. So let us continue and see how we need to live. Every word of God is flawless. God doesn't change. Old or New Testament, same God. His word does not change. Old and New Testament, we are to live the perfect, righteous, sinless, commandment-keeping life. That's our wisdom. He is a shield to those who take refuge in him. You want to take refuge in God? You want to have him as your shield? You want to live a life of blessings? Then be obedient to the 10 Commandments. Do not add to his words, or he will rebuke you and prove you a liar. How many churches are running around adding and subtracting from the word of God? Jesus says, be perfect. Oh, say the churches, we can't be perfect. Jesus says, stop sinning. Oh, say the churches, we can't stop sinning. Jesus says, keep the 10 Commandments. Oh, say the churches, they're done away with. We don't need to keep them. Don't add and don't subtract. 2 things I ask of you, O Lord. Do not refuse me before I die. Keep falsehood and lies far from me. Give me neither poverty nor riches, but give me only my daily bread. Otherwise, I may have too much and disown you and say, who is the Lord? Or I may become poor and steal and so dishonor the name of my God. In everything we do, the honor of our God is our focus. Do not slander a servant to his master, or he will curse you, and you will pay for it. Be kind to the employees of different businesses when you go into Kmart or Costco or whatever you do. Be kind to the employees, not just the owner or the manager who has power and authority. No, be kind to the servants. There are those who curse their fathers and do not bless their mothers. those who are pure in their own eyes and yet are not cleansed of their filth, those whose eyes are ever so haughty, whose glances are so disdainful, those whose teeth are swords, and whose jaws are set with knives to devour the poor from the earth, the needy from among men. How many people, including most churches, so arrogant. Man, they just believe they know it all. They think they're so pure in their own eyes. Very haughty and disdainful. But their teeth and their jaws are devouring people, folks. Our lives are to bring joy to people, not devour them. The leech has 2 daughters. Give, give, they say. Our churches are leeches. The world is a leech. It's all about what I get. Give me. Oh, give me. I need that. I want that. You owe it to me. Nobody owes you anything, folks. Work hard. Earn what you get. Don't be. The churches are teaching us to be leeches off of God. Saved by grace. God's done it all for you. God, what can you give me? I want. We need to be asking a simple question. What is my duty to God? And we need to find out, and we need to do our duties to God. There are 3 things that are never satisfied, 4 that never say enough. The grave, the barren womb, land which is never satisfied with water, and fire which never says enough. The eye that mocks a father, that scorns obedience to a mother, will be pecked out by the ravens of the valley and will be eaten by the vultures. In the 10 Commandments, it's very plain. We're to honor our father and our mother. We need to honor the authority that is over us. Otherwise, a lot of pecking's going to take place on us. A lot of problems we're going to bring on ourselves. There are 3 things that are too amazing for me, 4 that I do not understand. The way of the eagle in the sky. The way of a snake on a rock. The way of a ship on the high seas. And the way of a man with a maiden. This is the way of an adulteress. She eats and wipes her mouth and says, I've done nothing wrong. In the Bible, God calls our churches adulterers, whores, prostitutes. They eat, they wipe their lips, and they say, we've done nothing wrong. And they've all fallen away from God. None of them are being obedient to God. They're not listening. Under 3 things the earth trembles, under 4 it cannot bear up. A servant who becomes king, a fool who is full of food, an unloved woman who is married, and a maidservant who displaces her mistress. 4 things on earth are small, yet they are extremely wise. Ants are creatures of little strength, yet they store up their food in the summer. Conies are creatures of little power, yet they make their home in the crags. Locusts have no king, yet they advance together in ranks. A lizard can be caught with the hand, yet it is found in kings' palaces. We think we're so important and so wise and so knowledgeable and I've got it all together, and yet it is these creatures of the earth. They've got it together. They're doing their duty. There are 3 things that are stately in their stride, 4 that move with stately bearing. A lion, mighty among beasts, who retreats before nothing. A strutting rooster, a he-goat, and a king with his army around him. If you have played the fool and exalted yourself, or if you have planned evil, clap your hand over your mouth. For as churning the milk produces butter, and as twisting the nose produces blood, so stirring up anger produces strife. Folks, put your hand over your mouth. You having problems in your life? Put your hand over your mouth. Don't be stirring up strife. Don't be gossiping. Don't be talking. Do your duty, and you will keep your job. You won't be getting fired. You won't be going to prison. You won't be losing your family. You won't be causing problems at home. It's time that we start listening to the wisdom of the Bible, changing our lives, self-control and discipline. That's what God requires of us. Represent Jesus. Do your duty. All will be well. Thank you for being with me and Jesus Christ Prison Ministry for another video Bible study.